Hey, what's up everyone? JJ here and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at the Lego Harry Potter Charms class. We're going to compare the 2025 newest version to the earlier released Hogwarts Moments 2021 version of the Charms class. So let's jump right in now and take a look at these two sets. Here you can see the two iterations of the Lego Harry Potter Charms class. First on the left, we have set 76385. This is the Hogwarts Moments Charms class. This set came out in 2021 with 256 pieces and retail for $29.99. And then on the right, of course, is the newer 2025 Hogwarts Castle Charms class, set 76442. This set has 204 pieces and retails for $19.99. So there's a $10 price difference between these two sets, but let's take a look at some of the similarities and differences now. Now, each of these two sets, of course, comes with Professor Flitwick, and while these figures are similar, there are some noticeable differences. From the 2021 version, of course, we see a different use of the beard piece for Flitwick's character. And the torso printing, while it appears to be the same outfit, we do see some differences kind of with the newer figure having some additional oranges and reds there on the right. In here, I have removed the beard piece so that you can see the torso prints with a little bit more detail. I really like the pin they put there on the tie for the newer version of Flitwick's character. In general, this is one of my favorite Lego colors, just like olive green. So any outfit in this color is gonna stand out for me in a positive way. And I like both torso prints. I'm trying to decide if I like one better. I like the contrast of kind of the darker scarlet there on the left for the 2021 version. But, that kind of peach color draping to the sides of the newer one looks fine too. So I think these are both great. I think I only prefer the newer 2025 version because I like the brown legs more than the dark gray legs. So for torso printing, I'm going with the newer one. Now, when we look at the back printing, however, this is where the older figure, I think, stands out far better than the newer one, just because of the amount of details they've included, which, just really carries on some of the vest design there that we see here on the back, but still giving us some of the patterns there around where the vest covers, where we only kind of get like lines and like the remainder of the scarf with the newer figure. Looking at the face prints, I do think I prefer the newer face print, a little bit less wrinkles and more of a smile, opposed to a shocked/scared face we see from 2021. And then for the beard pieces, I do prefer the newer version. I just like that beard piece better. I do think it makes him look a bit like a gnome, but I don't love the kind of the side and kind of the back portions of this older 2021 version of the beard piece. In terms of the student minifigures, we see two very different characters included with these sets. We see Cho and Harry from the 2021 version, and then here we see Ron and Hermione from the newer 2025 version. Looking at the torsos, I've said this a few times, I really like the black cloak or robe piece printed on top of the sweater. I think it just looks really good. In general, I don't love the gray sweater piece. I think there's a lot better Harry Potter torsos out there. So from the torso perspective, I definitely prefer the newer characters. In terms of who was included, I always enjoy getting Cho Chang. She is a background character that we see probably a fair amount compared to some other background characters. But I really like the hairpiece they use for her. And she seems to be less overused in sets than the other three members of the Golden Trio. With that being said, young Ron, I think, is very standout. For whatever reason, he always seems to be missing from sets where Harry and Hermione are more often included. So I'm happy they went with Ron with this newer version. So I like the minifigures, prefer the torsos for the newer one. And of course, I wanted to mention that, the newer version does have that skirt piece, and there is dual molded legs there for Hermione. You can see the gray kind of representing the socks, which we did not get earlier with any Harry Potter, but including this Cho Chang figure. Now, of course, the sets themselves have their own play features. Of course, the Hogwarts Moments were designed to look like a book, so you could display it kind of like a book with some of the other sets, whereas the newer 2025 version is actually supposed to slide or fit into both the Great Hall and Flying Lessons Tower, but it opens up. So let's take a look at the inside of each of these sets. All right, so here we see the inside of both the Hogwarts Moments as well as the Hogwarts Castle Charms class. And as you can notice, we have to move a lot of these pieces around to kind of have the play features available. So let's start taking some pieces off the back walls. This is much easier to do with the newer 2025 version because really we just take these three pieces off and then kind of set up your play scene. And then here for the 2021 version, we see a lot more accessories kind of coming off of this back wall. And this is pretty much hallmark for how these sets were made, these Hogwarts Moments book sets. Both sets gave us student desks and chairs. With the 2021 version, we get 2 student desks and then I guess you can call these chairs, areas for students to sit. So even though it only came with Joe and Harry, it does look like you can easily add other students. Whereas for the 2025 version, we have this student desk, again, if you call this a desk and chair, areas for students, but you can really only fit Ron and Hermione. However, I do like the inclusion of this printed piece, kind of showing the Charms class text page. And while I love that new print piece, I still think the desks from the earlier version from 2021 are stronger. Next up, of course, we have Professor Flitwick's podium. There you can see him standing on a bunch of different books. Both of these make sense and they work for the character. However, the newer version also includes this play feature where you can make the feather kind of float, reenacting that charm spell we see from the film. So for me, of these two, the better one is definitely the podium from the newer 2025 version. Each set also includes a fireplace, as you can see here. I do like the fact that they used flames in the original 2021 version, opposed to the sticker piece we see in the newer version. But for me, the newer version with some of the embellishments there, kind of around the fireplace with those bricks, just work a lot better. So I do think I prefer the fireplace from the newer version. Each set also has a chalkboard with a stickered piece. There on the left, of course, we can see a lot of writing. They're very similar. I do like that the newer version both show the wand motion, which is cool. The newer version has, some, I guess, magic going towards the feather there, while the original one has a bit more writing and text. I think I prefer the newer version just because there's less of that kind of jumbled text, and there's on the top left some additional wand movement techniques, I believe. So I do prefer the newer version of the chalkboard sticker piece. The original 2021 version also includes kind of this key and cup, as well as a trunk full of feathers, so nothing really to compare it to from the new version. The only feather we really see is, of course, with this play feature, which is far better, in my opinion, than just having a trunk full of feathers. And the last major feature for each of these sets is they also have kind of additional background stickers to kind of add to the environment, so let's take a look at those now. Of course, from the 2021 version, we do see stickers for a bunch of different books, which makes sense since this is a classroom, and it's a classroom represented by the leader of the Ravenclaw house. Speaking of which, we see the Ravenclaw house banner, and then we're also going to see a listing of a bunch of different spells, so we can see some here next to the Ravenclaw banner. And then here on the left, we see some additional spells. Unfortunately, I can't make out most of these spells, which is different than what we see for the 2025 version. And we do have this sticker piece for the window here in the middle, which, really does bring this scene together, I think. And then here for the newer 2025 version, I really like the sticker piece. Well, I like this print, this sticker print of the four houses. I do wish the pieces in this set had been prints instead of stickers, because they chose to not include any stickers with the flying lesson or for the dueling club. But, if there's a limit for how many stickers a very specific theme can have, I'm very happy the dueling club did not have stickers. We also, of course, see the sticker piece there for the fireplace. And then if you look here, you can see it says Wormtail, which is funny. And then there's some additional spells. And then what I like here is we see some additional spells, like Loomis. I can make more of these out, and it's possible all of them are spells on the 2021 version as well, but just the way they're listed here, I can actually make more of these out than the other one. We also see Padfoot, so additional Marauders listed here on the wall. Let me know what spells you see, because most of these look like spells to me, whereas I just can't quite make them all out for some reason when looking here at the 2021 version. So I see a few, kind of going across, but maybe I just am not as familiar with some of these spells. All in all, I think these are both great sets for the Charms Classroom. I do like, of course, in the newer iteration that this can actually be combined with the Castle set. And that wasn't the play feature, obviously, with the Hogwarts Moments books, but you can actually connect all the Hogwarts Moments books together. Looking here at the exterior of the book, what I mean is they kind of have these pieces here at the back, and if you connect that to the front of another book, these kind of go next to each other and kind of circle up almost to create a little Hogwarts play set. So not an official castle, but they could be combined. And here you can see what I mean. I've connected two of them together. And then we have our Charms class there on the left, and I'm not taking it apart now, but if I wanted to, we can have our Herbology class there on the back. I would say probably connecting 2 to 3 makes for a good play scale. And there's 6 total, so you can have like 2 groups of 3 to kind of create 2 little mini Hogwarts classroom builds. I do like how easy it is to put together the newer 2025 version. Each of the pieces intuitively kind of goes where they're supposed to, and then it's also easy just to fold it right up, and then you are ready to store it in your Hogwarts castle. Whereas I struggle a bit more when I'm trying to put back together the Hogwarts Moments books, and of course this could be because there's just so many additional pieces as well. And I tried to put it together, it did not work, so I will be looking at the instructions now. And while I really love the Hogwarts Moments books as display pieces, the fact that you're able to take the new Charms class and put it into the tower in Hogwarts Castle Great Hall, I think makes it really stand out. This is definitely a design feature that I'm really happy with. It's pretty much what I wanted since 2001 with Lego Harry Potter, the ability for all the sets to connect to make a giant castle. So I'm happy they're finally doing this with these insert set pieces. With that being said, I think they've done a great job with both charms and potions as standalone sets. But when we look at kind of the interior of rooms that come with some of these larger Hogwarts Castle sets, a little bit more disappointing. So I'm very hopeful for the main tower coming out this summer that the interior rooms that are already included in the set are much stronger than some of the ones we've seen in the past. We already have 3 of the 6 Hogwarts Moments classrooms as new sets with this wave of Lego Harry Potter Hogwarts Castle. We have the Potions class, the Charms class, and then this summer we're getting Herbology. Let me know if you think either Divination, Defense Against the Dark Arts, or Transfiguration will be included with the main tower. It is possible this is the Transfiguration classroom. I'm not really sure, but let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to stay updated with LEGO leaks, rumors, news, and reviews, hit the subscribe button down below, but I will see you all next time.